It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. It's been hard to come by a W lately for the Chicago group. They haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And for the Chicago Bulls, it's a full-on youth movement. Over a year ago, they traded Jimmy Butler, let go of D. Wade. Shaq, it's all about the future now.
Yeah, Ernie, it was too much drama beforehand, so they decided to...
What's that?
Let's blow things up. So now, got some great young players.
I agree with that. Marketing could be a good building block, and then you get Levine, you have Dunn. That's a fresh core to build around, guys.
Can you make a blow-up sound, too?
Wait. Kaboom!
Shaq, show him how.
Oh, that's a real sound. I was kind of
You hear the bricks? You hear the bricks coming?
Yeah, I heard it. Kind of like free throw line shooting, bricks.
Oh.
Not on you. I'm just saying it was cool. I'm just saying.
Tip-off coming up shortly. Let's get to Kevin Harlan for the call.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's interconference time for these Thunder as they come in as the visiting team. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us, and from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. The Bulls happy to return to Chicago after the road trip. It's a disappointing segment of the season for this team, no doubt about it, as the losing streak has continued, guys, to grow.
Well, in this league, the road is always tough on a team, and anytime you get a chance to get home, you feel confident that you can stop any bleeding, and that's what this team is looking to do while at home. You know, maybe they'll get things somehow turned around here and build some positive momentum.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this, so I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, D.A., absolutely. Thanks. And now, Chris, a few games under their belts, we're seeing some inexperienced guys take that next step, make that leap.
Well, yeah, I mean, guys are really doing a great job on that level and given the opportunity to play in this game. And it's maybe because so many young players are being counted on for big roles now. You know, the game has kind of changed where in the past they would be on the side learning from a veteran and being kind of introduced and slowly introduced to the game. Right now, though, guys, we've seen what they've done in college. We know that they've had great coaches and great coaching. And so, yes, the bar has moved up where we expect younger players to do more because the game is built for younger players. Fast pace, speed of the game, shooting threes, just having fun out there. And so, yeah, I think a lot more is expected of young guys. And I think they're embracing the fact that they have a lot more responsibility.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Westbrook and George, the talented backcourt. Markieff Morris is out there with Grant. And it's Adams in at the center, locking down the middle. Now here's Levine. Pass to Markkanen. George against Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Morris. Misses off the left iron. Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to the Pacers in Indiana. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Greg, Paul George, the league leader in steals and deflections in 2018.
And Frank Vogel, who coached him at Indiana, said he always thought PG had Allen Iverson's instincts in Scottie Pippen's body. He's talented enough to disrupt without gambling.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. The Thunder went into free agency with a lot of question marks, but ended having a big summer.
Able to retain Paul George, and that was the first and largest key. Getting a player like Noel for cheap was also a big help for this group. The Thunder were at a fork in the road last season, but this team now as dangerous as ever.
His free throw ability makes him tough to defend in the post. Teams can't get too physical with him.
Carter on the wing. Adams defending. Here's Grant, and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Levine kicks to Markkanen. Back to Levine. Feeds to Carter. The kick out to Porter. Clock is at 3. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Porter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Kick out to Adams. Stolen by Carter. Down against Westbrook. Passes to Levine. The dish to Carter. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's his first foul. Shot from 12. And it's Carter missing.
You can't be missing shots like that in the post. That'll get you a spot on the bench.
Got a piece of it. From 11 feet away, Morris kicks to Adams. Oklahoma City moving it around. Lets it go from deep. Morris, no good. The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Porter outside. Another 3 for Chicago.
When Porter first came into the league, he didn't have this shot. Now he's a knockdown perimeter shooter.
Here's George, and he banks in the layup.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here is Carter. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near.
Morris, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Markieff Morris out of Kansas, a spread 4, as they say.
And able to stripe it from anywhere on the floor. A good secondary scorer who can also create his own shot on the block at times.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
And he makes the first.
You know, I like Morris. He's a valuable contributor on both ends of the floor. Now, he's a sniper from deep, and he can definitely lock you up on D as well.
And Morris drops them both. Well, of all the troubles the Bulls suffered last season, Chris, rebounding was not one of them.
Would you believe this? I mean, the Bulls have been top 10 in rebounding every year for the last 16 years. And for 3 of those years, they were #1 overall.
Now here's Levine. 26 points for him last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Here's Dunn. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
And that's the muscle his teammates like to see done, refusing to take no for an answer.
Westbrook finds George. Back to Westbrook from downtown. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Westbrook's got 5.
A nice start for them offensively. 3 of 4 to kick things off.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Carter. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Nerlens Noel checks in for Markieff Morris. Here's Markkanen. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
And here is Lopez after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Pass to Porter. And here is Markkanen. He's covered by Grant. Markkanen kicks to Dunn. Just 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 12. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Now the Thunder with it. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Down against Westbrook. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Porter.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Zach LaVine. Really been a key contributor over the past month. Averaging about 23 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, think about this. He definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
Now here's LaVine. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Goes up, and then George with the jam.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Here is Porter. He's got 6. And there's the pass to LaVine. He pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. LaVine's got his first points in this one. And so Oklahoma City again turning it over. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Yeah, Greg, it makes sense. I mean, when you look at where they both finished, there's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other one was on vacation.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Felicio's checked in for Markkanen. Wayne Zeldin comes in for Otto Porter Jr. And it's Valentine in for Chris Dunn.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
Grant outside. To the inside. Outside for George. And stolen by Valentine. Out to the right wing. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's LaVine. And the Bulls with another miss.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
No good from Grant. Bulls trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Solid at realizing when to take these shots. LaVine's eyes light up. His passes are coming his way.
Now here's Noel. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. George passes to Westbrook. Back to George. Fires the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, they allowed way too many easy buckets. I thought they lacked toughness and energy all night.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Lopez. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Oh, that's the mobility of Lopez. He's solid at driving inside and scoring at the rim.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Yeah, and they also controlled the pace of the game for most of the night. Outstanding effort in a hostile environment.
The Bulls making a switch here. Blakeney's checked in. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Adams. Andre Robertson comes in for Grant. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for George. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Now, here's Felton. He averages about 5 points a game. Valentine kicks to Lopez. Pass to Blakeney. Lopez with the ball. He's covered by Noel. And good that time. Now just a 2-point Oklahoma City lead.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Schroeder dishes to Felton. Here's Robertson. 9 points last game. Offensive rebound. And that one's good. Noel.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
It could be discouraging, frustrating, but you only have yourselves to blame. Box out.
Here's Blakeney. Out of hand on it. They retain possession. Basket good. Felicio's got his first bucket of the night. Here's Schroeder. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Three-pointer. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
He's not their first option too often, but he can hit the three when he's on.
Now here's Valentine. He's covered closely. Here's Blakeney. He's guarded by Schroeder. Just 4 to shoot. They get a hand on it. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You take a look at the Celtics. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, the Bulls, 9.5 games behind.
And for Chicago, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Yeah, every time it looks like they're ready to make a step forward, something goes wrong.
Now here's Noel. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Patterson, that's good.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Bulls trail by 8. Blakeney kicks to Felicio. Passes it to Valentine. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from the top of the key. He gets it in there. Valentine's got his first bucket in this one.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, both teams have come out with solid offensive strategies. And then, of course, guys are finishing.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. You played, C-Web, for a number of different teams. How did you personally measure an organization's quality?
It starts at the top. It's the commitment to winning. It's the little things, caring for players, everyone else there on the staff as people first, and then also setting the tone, letting people know that we're a winning organization. You know, I've been to some organization, and the word winning has never come up from the top brass, if you could believe it or not. So you know who wants to win. You see the intensity on the owner's face. You see the intensity on everyone's face as well, and you can tell by that passion whose foxhole you're in.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Selden. And the Bulls get it back. Lopez passes to Blakeney. Here's Selden. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Robertson kicks it over to Schroeder. From deep. Robertson can't hit. Bulls trail by 6.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
The shot's good from Lopez.
But the arms of Lopez go on forever, which is why he's able to create for himself deep.
Oklahoma City's gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Schroeder finds Felton. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. Number 1, the Thunder.
Kevin, without a doubt, the best defensive team in the league this season. Forget about any other stats, steals, blocks, whatever. It comes down to limiting points. And so far, nobody's been better at holding their opponents in check.
Chicago's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Blakeney kicks to Valentine. .105 left to play in the first quarter. 5 on the clock. Pulls it up. The offensive rebound. Pass to Blakeney. From past the arc. And the Bulls get it back. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Dunn, he's checked in for Chicago. .46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Got a piece of it. They recover it. Oklahoma City leading by 4. And here's Felton from the arc. And it goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Felton. The Bulls making a switch here. Here's Valentine. Kicks it to Dunn. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. There's the pass to Markkanen. And Valentine now top of the key. Out of bounds, Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting a hand in there and knocking it out.
Well, some of that, too, is just setting the tone by being aggressive. You need guys like this on your team.
6 on the shot clock. To the paint. And then Carter with the dunk.
Now, that was a sensational feed. He hit him right on the move.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Here's Schroeder. It's deflected. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Oklahoma City. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Well, and not only in terms of building the lead, but now the defense has to extend itself. That leads to other opportunities.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Patrick Patterson is out there with Morris. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Felton. And it's Robertson in at the 3 spot. For Oklahoma City, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
Not a strong suit for this group, just around 71%.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. NBA rosters are turning over faster, it seems, these days. Chris, how much do former teammates know about defending one another? Or is it a non-issue?
Oh, no, it's more than a non-issue, Kevin. You were right in your assumption that, listen, if former teammates, they have a little more inside information. And you know why it matters? Because every day after practice, you know, the first thing guys do after they get their water, they play one-on-one. And so you understand guys' tendencies. You learn how they get into a rhythm. We're all creatures of habit. Let's remember what Kevin Durant did. Remember how he came down on the same end of the floor in the finals and hit the same tough shot over the extended hand that he did? Well, if you notice, he did that on his crossover, that right to left setup. And so if you know him, you may know that he's going to do that. And also, you may know that he has a counter just in case. It allows you to keep your hand out the cookie jar, not to gamble. It gives you an educated guess on maybe what some of the greatest offensive players in the world are going to go to next to get that bucket. Any piece of information matters. And yeah, you've been practicing against him, that's a good thing.
And that one drops for him. And the Thunder lead by 3.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
It's stolen by Schroeder. Inside, here's Adams. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish. And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Morris. Paul George comes in for Robertson.
1 shot.
And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. They throw good, Adams. And plenty of bumping and elbowing inside as ever. Steven Adams strong enough, though, to come out on top of that battle.
Yeah, not shy at all about contact. Grew up the youngest of 18 children. He had to hit above his weight for over a decade. Now he's got the upper hand.
Now, here's Dunn. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana. He feeds it to Carter. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Steven Adams picks one up.
And last season, the Bulls were very perimeter-oriented on both ends of the floor. Offensively, top 10 in threes. Defensively, dead last in block shots.
The first one falls. And the Bulls also had trouble last year getting to the foul line.
Well, it's because their primary scorers were largely jump shooters. I mean, very little back to the basket offense and not enough driving to make up for it.
Carter hits them both. Here's Westbrook. He had 19 points in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And look, it was more than his scoring. He was dominant on D. His steal numbers for that game were crazy.
Now here's Schroeder. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
They are just killing them on the interior. Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
1 shot, gentlemen.
And the free throw, no good. And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player. And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
And here's Carter after Paul George getting his 3 to go. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here is Porter. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Westbrook. It's deflected.
Step in the right direction. Marketing must continue to make these kinds of efforts on defense.
Here's Porter, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
One of the more down-to-earth players in this league is Otto Porter Jr.
And yeah, he once said, I never eat at restaurants. I'm a simple guy in all aspects of my life. We see that on the court. He doesn't draw a lot of attention to himself. He just focuses on the work.
Felicia's checked in for Carter. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Nerlens Noel checks in for Dennis Schroeder. Free throw good. Porter.
You know, the versatility of Porter is huge. I mean, he's an outstanding perimeter defender, in addition also to being a proven scorer.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 5. He kicks it to George. Back to Westbrook. And no good that time. Nice D from Levine. Bulls trail by 4. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. Off target from three-point range. Westbrook up top. Dunn covering. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here we go. And there's Porter on the assist from Dunn. 14 points for Otto Porter Jr.
Porter is a versatile scorer. Whether he's driving, spotting up, or creating for himself, he can do anything.
George against Levine. George passes to Westbrook. And he converts the layup. Westbrook's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
And so Levine will bring it up now for Chicago. Trailing by 4. There's the feed to Dunn. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel.
And looking now at some numbers for Steven Adams. His last 10 games have been exceptional. 8th in blocks, 14th in rebounding. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker. Now here's Porter. 14 points for him. Just 5 on the clock. Nice open look, but it's no good.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Now here's Westbrook. He's guarded closely, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, he's been the safety valve for them on every possession. So dependable.
And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fight, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Bulls trail by 7. Dunn outside. Ball's knocked loose. For 3, Levine. The shot will not fall. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Here's Grant. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Chicago with the ball. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
That one good for 2. Levine's got 4 points this quarter.
There's no lack of aggression on his part. When he's got the chance to score, he'll take it.
Pass to Adams. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. And where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for Chicago.
And they haven't been able to exploit the 3 from the corner. Maybe some better ball movement would help open the floor and get that shot into their arsenal.
Dunn dishes to Markkanen. Passes it to Levine. Here's the teardrop. And the rejection by Noel. Bangs home the trifecta. Porter's got 17 now.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. Westbrook finds George. Back to Westbrook. Six to shoot. George passes to Adams, and Adams with the slam.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Levine can't hit.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
And Adams with the slam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here's Levine. He's got 8. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Zach LaVine, a high riser, the 2-time dunk contest champ, making his return from that ACL surgery. He can be an explosive scorer.
I mean, he's a versatile player who can come play either guard position. I mean, Levine continues to impress as the years go on.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Andre Robertson comes in for Grant.
And once he gets into a groove like that, you can just count him.
And from everything you hear, Levine is a big-time gym rat, Greg.
Yeah, you know, I think he's very dedicated to reaching his full potential. And with his shooting and athleticism, I think he's a great fit in today's game in terms of offense.
And it's the Bulls with the ball, following the score by Oklahoma City. The 15-footer. That one a little long.
I'll give him that shot again. He'll probably hit it. That's a good look.
To the inside, George. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 6th assist on the night. Levine with it. He's got 10. Pass to Felicio. Now the pass to Blakeney. Lopez right side. That one's not going to go. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Levine against Westbrook. Kicks it to Patterson. In the corner, George with it. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Blakeney. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Goes up the baseline. Here's Lopez. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here's Westbrook. He's got 10. He kicks it to Robertson. Back to Westbrook. Bean with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
How about Zach LaVine? I mean, signing a big new contract this summer. Listen, that ACL injury he had, that's in the rear view. Obviously a lot riding on his health and return to form, but he's put in the work.
Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And Levine seems to be at full strength. His vertical leap testing even higher, if we can believe that, even higher, Chris, than it did in the pre-draft combine.
He's a hard worker. His scoring efficiency lagged a little bit last season, but he was trying to get his game right after injury. Look, we know his potential. as far as scoring that ball.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
And here's Levine, who brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. 9-point game. Here's Selden. That shot off. So the Thunder will take it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Now, here's Valentine. And he makes that one. Valentine's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
Shooter kicks to Robertson, and out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. And now we bring you the rookie leaderboard, featuring the NBA first-year players who have been dominant on the glass for the past 10 games and counting. Fourth, Wendell Carter.
He is showing a willingness to get in there and get physical. I mean, the coaches have to be pleased with his tenacity in the interior.
Now here's Levine. 11 points in the game. They get the rebound. And the rejection by Noel. And he gets it back. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Lopez. Schroeder finds Noel. In the corner, it's Morris. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Valentine. And here we go. Levine.
Jumped out of the gym.
Got to give Levine some love. Many of the dunks he pulls off are just flat out nasty.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Morris. Averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Well, yeah, lately he's been overachieving a little bit. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things to come.
And the first one drops.
Didn't have a free throw in the first quarter, but you can see he's starting to play with more energy now. He has a tougher attitude.
Burton's checked in for Noel. That one is no good. And 6'7" swingman Andre Robertson out of the University of Colorado, one of the league's premier defensive specialists.
And Kevin, there's a reason he started for most of his career, and it has nothing to do with his shooting. Now returning from that ruptured patella tendon, will he regain that elite defensive form? Only time will tell.
Now here's Levine after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. 5 on the clock. Fires for 3, and Zach LaVine hits from deep. LaVine's got 13 points in just this quarter.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Outside Felton. Back to Robertson. Here's Schroeder. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Chicago's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Here's Lopez. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Bulls making a switch here. Arcidiacono's checked in. And then for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Burton. Diallo comes in for Andre Robertson. And Ferguson subbed in for Raymond Felton. Now here's Schroeder. He has 5. Corner shot. That doesn't go either for Schroeder.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Valentine's shot, good.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. And if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Zach, strong first half for the team. How do you build this lead?
Keep playing hard on defense, the main thing. Getting out, running, getting stops. Continue to play with pace and, do what we do off the offensive end. We're good at that.
Zach, coach really likes the way you played, I'm sure. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. In the second quarter, they were easily the better team. The points started coming for them in bunches, and they built a 6-point lead by halftime. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
They were undisciplined, turning it over way too much. Poor ball handling, lazy passing. These guys have had to be counting their lucky stars that this game has not gotten away from them.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency going forward.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Bulls leading by 6. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. Robin Lopez out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Porter in at the 3. And that's the group for Jim Boylan as we begin the second half. Stolen by Carter. Knocked loose. Westbrook with the steal. And finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Here's Dunn following the score by Oklahoma City. Markkanen in the corner. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Markkanen's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Westbrook kicks to Morris. From outside the arc, hands it from downtown.
Wow, Morris is a great stretch 4. Spaces the floor beautifully. You can't lose him out on the perimeter.
Dunn looking over the floor. He dishes it to Carter. Dunn passes to Porter. And Morris comes over to help. It's off his leg. And it's whistled a kick. Levine's checked in for Robin Lopez. Down low. Here's Carter. That one goes in. Carter's got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Grant against Dunn. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook off the left rim and out.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Here's Porter. They double him with George, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
And so here is Chicago. Here's Dunn. Almost, but it rolls out.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
And it's Paul George with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Thunder on D. On the wing, Levine, defended by George.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
Carter with the bucket. Carter's got 4 points now in the quarter. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
And he's on fire from beyond the arc there. It's time to start shaping their game plan around stopping this long-range assault.
And how about a look now at the first-year block leaders in the NBA? Here are the top rookie intimidators. Wendell Carter, third.
And that ability to send shots away at the rim, so highly valued, it takes guts to put yourself in harm's way and contest those finishers.
Done against Westbrook. Left side, Adams. In the corner, it's Morris. And he's good on the three ball. Morris has got a pair of threes now here in the third for Oklahoma City. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Leading by 5. Over to the wing. Porter kicks to Markkanen. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Porter, no luck. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Outside Westbrook. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Bulls making a switch here. Blakeney's checked in. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Stolen by Westbrook. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Basket counts. Grant's got his second bucket.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
To the paint. And Carter with the basket on the assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 4th assist in this one.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time. And Lauri Markkanen, a 7-footer who can really let it fly. At Arizona, the most three-pointers ever by a 7-footer in a single season.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Markkanen also setting records for three-pointers made by a rookie, Greg.
A quick release, the ball comes off his hands so effortlessly. He's more than a stretch big as well. I think he's a shooter who just happens to be 7 feet tall.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good for Markkanen. The Bulls traded away a superstar in Jimmy Butler, but in return, among other assets, the number 7 pick, which Chris turned out to be Markkanen.
Well, listen, Markkanen is one of my favorite players. He can become a star in his own right. He's a 7-footer that can stretch the floor, but he'll bang on you inside, fearless. You like this kid's game. It's almost like he's from Detroit or something.
Thunder trailing by 4. Here's Westbrook. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Greg, this game has come to life. They're out there battling now. We didn't see this in the first half.
Here's Markkanen following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Here's Carter, and Adams sends it back, and he recovers it. The shot by Valentine, no good. Well, Thunder have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Noel dishes to Westbrook. And here's the break. Here's Blakeney. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. That one on George.
Coaching staff likes seeing Markkanen work on his defense. I mean, showing improvement on this end.
The Bulls have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Chicago making a switch here. Lopez is checked in. And then for Oklahoma City, Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Grant. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Thunder trailing by 5. To the inside. Got a piece of it. Lopez with the steal. To the middle. Levine, good. Levine's got 19 points.
Looking calm and composed in the paint. Levine is superb at capitalizing from these spots.
Schroeder against Levine. Robertson finds Schroeder. Looking to get it going. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is playing the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
No good on the free throw. Selden's checked in for the Bulls. And he's good on the second. Here's Levine. He's got 19. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them. Let's take a look at Paul George, some stats on him. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. Right around 25 points per, 6 rebounds, and just over 2 steals. With him, you get so much, but his ability to lead the way with his scoring, probably his best attribute.
An offensive juggernaut. I mean, he can just beat you in so many ways. You got to give it up for him.
Now, here's Markkanen. He has 5, and stolen by Noel. Here's Schroeder. Valentine grabs the board.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Nailed from three-point land. Selden's got his first 3 points of the game.
Capable of doing many things well. Levine has a good sense of when his guys are open.
George passes to Noel. George trying to break free. And slam dunk by Noel.
He's the one trying to keep them in this game. A tremendous individual effort.
Pass to Markkanen. Now Levine. 19 points in the game. Markkanen with it. Now guarded by Noel. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
Getting crafty with it in the pick and roll. Hard to guard Markkanen when he's pulling off these type of plays.
Down low. It's tipped. Lopez with the steal. Now here's Valentine. D right on him. Selden kicks to Markkanen. And stolen by Noel. Here's George. Knocked away. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's Valentine. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Free throw good. Levine.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 11. Robertson kicks to George. Stripped it away. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
The athleticism of Levine, it makes him a hard guy to cover. I mean, he loves getting the contact.
And the Thunder making a change here. Grant's checked in. Thunder trailing by 13. Schroeder outside. Now here's Grant. Tight defense on him. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Grant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
All alone, finishes the break with a slam.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunk's the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it's certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, Kevin, a few more possessions like that, this game will have a much different look.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Morris is checked in for the Thunder. Now that we have the chance to show you the teams in the top of the NBA in steals this year. In third, the Thunder.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Levine dishes to Lopez. The putback, it's good on the putback. Lopez has got 15.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Schroeder finds Morris. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Saturday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics. Then on Monday, it'll be the Sacramento Kings coming into town.
And for that matchup with the Magic, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Now, here is Morris. And he uses the glass on the layup. Morris has got 11 points in the quarter.
Morris is such a gifted scorer in the paint. He utilizes both his height and weight to get deep inside.
Morris against Markkanen. Back to Valentine. Here's Selden. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Rocket 2, and Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2.
Well, he bailed him out with that one. Shot clock was low. You got to just play straight up D. That is not the time to take a foul.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. Denzel Valentine, another tough, high IQ player, Greg, out of Michigan State.
Yeah, 4-year player for the Spartans. He knows how to play the game of basketball and has the versatility to impact the game in a variety of ways.
Porter's checked in for the Bulls. Dunn comes in for Zach LaVine. Now here's Schroeder. 8 points for him. Inside and stolen by Dunn. Inside, here's Porter. It's tipped. Schroeder against Dunn. Schroeder passes to Robertson. Now, here is Morris. He's covered closely. Schroeder against Dunn. And stolen by Dunn. Pass to Selden. On the wing, Porter. Pass to Valentine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, Morris with the rebound.
Jeez, maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
I don't know, but one thing I do know is that he'll hear about that shot during the next time out.
Now here's Noel. He has 6. Grant. And he drops it in from the low post. Grant's got 6 points in the quarter.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Dunn kicks to Lopez. Schroeder against Dunn. Here's Selden. Back to Dunn. Tries again. And the rejection by Noel.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call. Let's see what they do right here. It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Back to Dunn. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Dunn's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
I love the mentality of Dunn. Looking to score as often as he can from the painted area.
Schroeder looking over the floor. And stolen by Dunn. Jumps up. And Dunn with the slam.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
It could go. An amazing shot just barely beat the buzzer.
That is as big a shot as you are ever going to see.
Nothing feels as good as knocking down a buzzer beater. He'll remember that one forever.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And we've got more NBA. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Dennis Schroeder. Morris is out there with Grant. Then there's Andre Robertson. And it's Westbrook in at the point. And that one misses.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Porter passes to Dunn, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Thunder trailing by 4. Now here's Schroeder. Morris outside. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Clock at 4. That's tipped. So it's Chicago again turning it over. And the basket by Blakeney.
An excellent defender. You can see that Dunn takes pleasure in coming up with steals.
Dunn with some nice D. Chicago leading by 6. 3-pointer. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Bulls making a switch here. Levine's checked in, and Oklahoma City with a change here too. Adams checked in. Schroeder against Carter. Out to Morris. There's the triple. Rebound collected by Levine. Levine's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him. On defense, Oklahoma City. Levine finds Porter. Schroeder against Levine. Now the pass to Dunn. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Just 5 on the clock. And Carter with the basket on the assist from Porter. Porter's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Those passes into the paint have to be precise, just like that.
Westbrook passes to Schroeder. Back to Westbrook. A beautiful reverse layup.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Outside, Levine for the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got 7 rebounds in the game. And the dunk by Grant.
Oh, and he went for the 2-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And here's Levine who brings it up for Chicago. 4-point game. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Markkanen, he's checked in for Robin Lopez. Paul George, he's checked in for the Thunder. Poked away. Levine kicks to Dunn. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Pass to Dunn. 6 to shoot. Over Westbrook.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Paul George.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Passes to Levine. They double him with George. It's Porter outside. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got 3 assists tonight.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
Back to Morris. Lets it go with a 3. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Strange game for him. Barely made any noise in the first half, and here in the second, he's been everywhere.
Dunn kicks to Carter. Back to Dunn. Knocked away. Stolen by Westbrook. And here comes the break to tie it up. Again, Oklahoma City.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
To the inside. Here's Carter. No good that time. Adams, some nice D. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Levine kicks to Dunn. On the wing, Levine, defended by George. tipped away. And it's Grant in the corner. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Grant's got 16 points here in the second half. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Markkanen against Morris. Markkanen kicks to Porter. Back to Markkanen. Levine inside the three-point line. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Levine's got the game tied up here for Chicago. And here are the Thunder now. They're on a 13-5 run here. Westbrook finds George over Levine. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 22 points for George.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jim Boylan was going over with his team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
Levine can't hit. And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs? That's the real question.
And Levine, here we go. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got his 4th assist in this one. Down against Westbrook. Bounce pass from Morris. Outside, George to the paint. It's stolen by Carter. Levine looking around, and Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Dunn kicks to Carter. Poked away. Westbrook with the steal.
And sometimes you think maybe they're just getting a little too comfortable with the lead. Maybe a bit too casual this quarter.
And the foul called on Markieff Morris. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Down against Westbrook. And another steal for him.
And he's just been able to anticipate their every move.
Yeah, you're right. An absolute pest on the defensive end.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Well, yeah, guys. I mean, in a close game like this, that can really get a team rolling.
Outside, George. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Zach LaVine. And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother, Jarian, also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
That's good from George. And both free throws good for Paul George. Bulls trail by 6. And here's Levine. On the wing, Porter. Pass Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Adept at cashing it in from the inside. Porter knows he has the touch and size to score from there.
George against Levine. Lobbed up there for Westbrook. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Kicks it to Carter from 13. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the middle. Here's Adams. Feeds it to Grant. Over Porter. No good from Grant. Chicago trailing here. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And that one's good. George.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. I mean, he's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Westbrook against Dunn. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Westbrook. George from deep three-point land, from beyond the arc, and then some. George has got 11 in the second half. The Bulls have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Knocks it loose. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Wendell Carter. Free throw good from George. Every once in a while we hear about the brotherhood of the NBA. C. Webb, when you hear that term, what does it mean to you?
It means it's the truth. When I got to the NBA as a rookie, the thing that amazed me the most was that I was already part of a fraternity. There was no having to be kind of welcomed in. You are welcomed in once you're part of the NBA. Guys want to see you do well. Right. Not against them, not against their team, but guys want to see you do well because they know the work, the effort, the sacrifice that it takes to get to this level. And that's a really refreshing feeling, knowing the guys got your best interest as long as it isn't against them that night.
Yeah, great perspective on that topic.
Look, that matches his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 in the first, now he's got 1 in the second.
Westbrook passes to Adams. Morris inside. He's guarded by Markkanen. Morris finds Westbrook. Inside, 5 to shoot. He's off on the first.
And you can see Dunn fighting out what it means to be a leader, improving his confidence over time.
Good on the second free throw. So here's Westbrook. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
All the officials are all over that one.
No good on that one. And he sinks the second. Bulls trail by 10. Levine with it. He kicks to Dunn. Six on the shot clock. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And that one drops for him. 9 points for Lauri Markkanen.
The mid-range game of Markkanen is so sweet. I mean, early on, he's demonstrated how dangerous he is from out there.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're up by 8. A minute 50 left to play here in the fourth. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, he's just been a pest out there tonight, putting major pressure on him with his D. His steals keep adding up, and to have a player putting that much pressure on the ball, it does wonders for the team. It throws an opponent's entire game plan into disarray.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Levine against George. It's deflected and stolen by Dunn. Levine wide open. The Thunder pull it in. Grant's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Yep, it counts. And the Thunder lead by 10.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Dunn kicks to Lopez. It's stolen by Adams.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Thunder.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Russell Westbrook.
Their offense had a great flow to it because of how well he was moving the ball. His assists were way up there, and he kept everybody moving, working to get open.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Nerlens Noel checks in for Adams. Patterson comes in for Grant. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for George. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. And here are the Bulls now. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Over in the corner, Selden. Felicio, the pass to Valentine. Buries the long-range jumper. Valentine's got it back down to within single digits for the Bulls. Now Felton. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.